swift reactions to actions. And there was a case, I would say about a week or two ago, where there was a homeless mother, and she was sleeping in the van with her kids and also her mother as well too. And two of the kids passed away. And initially, she said that they froze to death. Well, the autopsy came back, and they found out that it was carbon monoxide. So now the police department has, turned it over to the prosecutors to see if there's going to be anything done to the mom. But let me go ahead and just let you guys listen to the initial report.
Tragedy that shook Metro Detroit after two kids died of apparent hypothermia in a casino parking garage. Welcome to 7 News Detroit at 6. I'm Carolyn Clifford.
And I'm Simon Shayket. This story has devastated.
When I initially saw this, it just did something to me. It was just so sad. But I did hold the mother responsible, because at the end of the day, like, you are responsible for who you lay down with, who you have kids with. And if you know you cannot afford, the lifestyle for the kids, then why continue to have kids, But so let's continue.
In our area just moments ago, 7 News Detroit reporter Darren Cunningham talking with the mother of those two children.
Darren joining us live right now from Detroit's West Side with more from their conversation. And Darren, so many people talking about this. This is simply heartbreaking.
I also held the state responsible to, and the churches, everybody, the whole state of Detroit is responsible, because she did reach out for help and no one could help her. But all of a sudden, when her two kids passed away, now everybody wants to help her. Where were you guys before this happened? You know what I'm saying? And so now the police turning it over to the prosecutors, I feel like they're trying to get back at this mother for putting so much light on Detroit and how Detroit failed her and her family, that they're trying to get back. That's just my opinion. What do you guys think?
Breaking.
Very heartbreaking, Carolyn. Simon. Moments ago, I did have the opportunity to speak to Tatiana Williams, who lost her 9-year-old and her 2-year-old, also in the vehicle at the time, her 4-year-old and her 8-year-old. Also, Tatiana's mother and her two siblings, a 13-year-old and a 17-year-old, also stay in that vehicle. She tells me that she has been homeless for 3 months and that she is trying to do better for herself, trying to get back on her feet. She told me she's a CNA, a medical assistant, and that she was actually about.
And don't get me wrong, like, people need help every now and again, and people fall on hard times, especially now with everything increasing, except for your earnings and except for your income. Things are getting tight for everybody. But I also think that you have to be wise and understand that, listen, I can't afford these kids. So I need to be careful with having kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't provide the kid with the kind of lifestyle you want them to have, you need to make sure you're putting in, or you're doing every precaution you can to not bring a child into the world. And then now these two innocent souls have lost their lives because of just bad decisions, I feel like. And the father is no better. The father is horrible, okay? She asked him to get the kids, and he ignored the kids and then said, well, she didn't tell me that they were homeless. It doesn't matter. When she reached out to you and said, can you get your kids? That should have been the bottom line. If he was an active father in his kid's life, she wouldn't even had to call him, because he would have known that his kids did not have anywhere to stay. It's people are not taking responsibility like they should be when they're having these kids and trying to put them off on other people. No, you need to be responsible to take care of your responsibility. And I feel sorry for the two kids who passed away, because they didn't have to pass away. I feel that's where my sympathy goes, to the two kids.
To start a new job tomorrow. And so I did speak with her, and I asked her, one of the questions I did ask her was to take me back to yesterday.
Yesterday I woke them up to wake them up from school. My son wasn't moving.
And I know initially when this video came out, like, everybody was talking about how she was crying and making a whimpering noise, but no tears was coming out. And I was just like, she probably don't have any more tears to cry. You know what I'm saying? She's exhausted. She's tired. You look at her. You could tell she's just tired and beat down by the world.
Moving. And I kept saying, Freddie, please get up. Please. Please, for me, just get up. Don't do this to me. And I tried to give him CPR because I'm a senior and a medical assistant. I've been working there since I was 17. I tried to give him CPR and I was just giving him CPR. I just kept saying, Freddie, don't leave me. Don't leave me, please. I saw the green and brown stuff come out of his mouth.
Oh, Lord.
I instantly rushed him to the hospital. I was yelling out the window, stop, stop, stop. We got to get through traffic. My baby, he's dying.
My God.
We get to the hospital. I told valet, can you go get some help? He took too long. So
Oh yeah, and they were living in their van in a casino parking lot garage, which y'all can see this on the screen. But there's a disconnect for me somewhere, because if the mother and the grandmother was all living in the van, right, with the kids, how come the grandmother or the mom didn't realize what was going on with the kids? And the kids passed away from carbon monoxide, which is a silent killer. And I'm not holding the mama responsible as their death. I mean, with everything adding up, all of the bad decisions, of course, she has some play in it. But I'm just saying, I don't think she intentionally killed her kids. But at the end of the day, like, how come it was just those two with carbon monoxide? And where was her mom, and where was she at the time? I don't know. It's just some missing parts.
I got out the car to get help. They came to the car, instantly grabbed my baby on his head, get a stretch. He's not breathing. Help. Cold blue. Everybody tried. I didn't even know my 2-year-old was dying. I was in it with my 9-year-old. And they brought her in right after they pronounced him dead. And my mama came to me, she said, Yaya. That's what we call her, but her name is Amelia. We just call her Yaya. And they said she wasn't breathing. And they pronounced her dead too. I asked everybody for help. I called out of state. I called cities I didn't know. I called cities people asked me to call. I even asked Detroit. I've been on cam list for the longest. Everybody now wants to help. After I lost 2 kids,
Yeah, no,
I've been asked for help.
That's a good point. Now that she's lost the 2 kids, everybody wants to help. But where were you guys when she was reaching out to every particular resource she knew how, and y'all rejected her? And I think the only reason why they wanted to jump to this mother's aid is because it went worldwide. Like, her situation went worldwide. And then the news people did the research and found out that this mother was asking for help and no one helped her. So they tried to cover up. Detroit tried to cover up for themselves to make them look good and try to do something after her kids died. They gave her a house for a year. I don't think necessarily Detroit gave her a house, but I think like some, church or somebody came together and gave her a house for up to a year. Y'all could have did that before all of this happened. Y'all didn't care because she didn't make it worldwide. She didn't, she wasn't all over the news. Y'all are just covering your backs, which is why I don't even feel like it's authentic. Like, you're just doing it at this point to look good.
I feel like it wasn't their time. I did everything I was supposed to do. They had everything. Everything they wanted. Only thing they didn't have was a house. But from electronics to clothes, anything they asked me for, my kids didn't even get whooped. I lost the one who...
This is real sad, but I think it's very important. Before the electronics, baby, we need to be in the house first. You cannot get no electronics, because what are you going to play the electronics on if we don't have a house? But at the same time, like I said, things are getting expensive and it's getting more difficult for people to make it with so-called good jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's something that has to give, and I don't know what needs to give.
Made me a mother. I lost a 2-year-old. It hurt losing 2 kids in one night. You know, I don't wish this on nobody. And if you can get help, please go get help. Because I don't want nobody else to go through what I'm feeling.
See, this is the part right here. This is the part right here that put Detroit in the hot seat when she said she tried to get help, but she couldn't get help. And then the news did the research and confirmed what she said. This is what got them in the hot seat. Because where were you guys? Where was these nonprofit organizations? Where were y'all when she needed y'all the most?
Wherever you can get help from, if it's not from the city, the state, no other city or state, just go. Like, you don't have to suffer.
Yeah, that was sad.
It's very, very,
Okay, so
very hard.
that's that clip, y'all. I'm gonna come back with the other clip where they're trying to see if the prosecutors are going to charge the mother or not.
All of the world. This is a story that really has spread all over the area. I can tell you the prosecutor's office, they now have the police report, so they will be looking over it very.
Okay, so this is the clip where it shows that the police have given all the information over to the prosecutors, and they're just talking about if the prosecutors are going to, bring charges against the mother or not.
Closely to determine what, if any, charges will be filed in this case. Detroit police, as you know, they have been investigating this since February. That is when 2-year-old Amelia Curry and her 9-year-old brother Darnell both died inside of a parking garage at a Greektown casino after they had been living out of their family's minivan. At first, it was.
What do y'all think? Do y'all think that the mother should be held responsible with charges? Me personally, I don't think that unless there's information that we don't know, like it was intentional. But if it wasn't intentional, I do not think the mother should be charged with this, because she's already going to have to suffer with the fact that she let her 2 kids down for the rest of her life. She has to live with that on the daily basis. So I don't think that she should have charges against her if it was unintentional. Now, if it was intentional, then yeah, lock her up. But I don't think so. What do you guys think? Sound off in the comments below.
It was believed that they had froze to death, but the medical examiner did determine it was actually carbon monoxide poisoning, that this was accidental. Now, the children's death did prompt a revamp.
See how the lady said that it was accidental? Why would you bring charges against her if it's accidental? It's y'all fault, state of Detroit, that when she reached out to y'all several times, you didn't help her. So should y'all be responsible and get charges against y'all as well?
Of the city's homeless services, because the kid's mom, Tatiana Williams, did reach out for help, but there was never any kind of a follow-up. Over the last several weeks, Fox 2 did talk to both the children's mother as well as grandma about what happened. Here's part of that interview.
Everybody who know me know I worship the ground them kids walked off.
Did the van run out of gas?
I have no idea what happened. I have no idea.
Were you fault? Did you?
See, this is where I'm confused. The grandma doesn't know what happened to the kids, and the mother doesn't know what happened to, like, how the kids got carbon monoxide poisoning. If you guys were living in the van all together, the van ain't but so big. So this is where I'm confused. No one knows anything. The adults doesn't know anything at all. And if they were in the car with the kids, then carbon monoxide, it's going to take everybody out. It's not going to just take certain people out. This is just where I'm confused.
Fall asleep?
Yes.
And then when you woke?
Only night I fell asleep. I usually be woke.
Now, as part of the police investigation, we do know investigators have talked to the children's mother. They have also talked to the grandmother, as well as many others connected to this situation. Of course, the prosecutor's office does have the report. They are currently looking over it to decide what, if any, charges will be filed.
This is a sad situation. Do you hear me? It's very sad. But I still feel like if it's accidental, then the mother should not be charged. I still stand on that point.
And of course, when a decision is made, we'll be sure to bring it to you. We're live outside Detroit Police Headquarters. I'm Robin Murdoch, Fox 2 News.
All right, y'all, that's my reaction on this whole situation. Y'all let me know what y'all think. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate it. Y'all stay blessed. Bye.